Hey guys, welcome to Property Rant. I'm Brett Alegre-Wood. And so what I thought to do today, I thought I'd introduce and just have a chat about London. And what I want to do is introduce you to Ryan. Ryan runs one of our teams here. He's been with me for about 6 years. And yeah, I mean, he deals with London property investors all the time, all day, every day. So Ryan, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good. So tell me, London, is it still worth investing in? Because we're hearing lots of stuff about, Brexits and Trumpisms and all these sort of things that perhaps, people say London is no longer the place to invest. But what is your take on that?
That's absolute a load of BS, if you like it. 100%. I mean, London is still by far, the best, as some of the best fundamentals around the world. I mean, it's second to none. And what something people keep forgetting is it is still a world city, and it's not going to lose that status anytime soon. You've got some of the best employers that are staying. Brexit, yes, this, that. We're going to sign our own separate trade agreements and service agreements, which will maintain our status as a world city. So London, coming from the worst recession that we had in 100 years, took us a year to recover and go in that sort of growth phase. Don't be surprised if it happens again this time around, and you can see massive growth. But the thing about London is it's not just your zone one, it's spread out into a number of different places in London. So there are still many pockets you can make money from today and in the future.
And I think that's important too. We talk about Knightsbridge and we talk about central London stuff, so easily and how expensive it is. The reality is London is a city of 8 million people. Fundamentally, it's a massive city, but everything is built. So there's no new land really that we can build on. Now, there's little bits and pieces, but actually for a population so large, and then you add in people who transit in or commute in,
there's a lot of people going. And you've got the infrastructure that's coming in, you've got Crossrail coming in, you've got the expansion of, Jubilee Line's getting redone, you've got the whole east side is getting, and the funny thing is now that you've had a lot of money in the east, now you're getting some in the north, the west, so you get an investment throughout the whole of London. So it still remains one of the best places to invest in the UK.
And I think the thing with London is, you can sit there and say, well, I'm expecting, massive growth automatically, within a short period of time. The fundamentals here are such where it is a cyclical nature. So yeah, you may find that right now Central 1 and 2 aren't doing as well. 3, 4, 5, some areas, have grown considerably, but there's still pockets that are doing really, really well and are surprising all the time.
100%.
And clients who buy, and especially when you buy into regeneration and when you buy into the investment story that is, because there's massive amount of investment coming into London. And you know what? Brexit hasn't stopped that. It hasn't, and I love that about it.
And these are just white noises that you always get within property. These sort of things come in and go, and it will naturally take its time. We'll adjust to it and we'll recover, and it'll go back to its growth cycle. And the good thing is, we've got someone in the Chancellor, in David Hammond, who knows business, and he'll turn London into a haven long term. And he's putting a lot of money behind the tech side of things because he sees that as the future. And London wants to sort of get a foothold and get a head start on the world.
And I think I've got a company, Crowdsourcing Weekend, and that deals in the high, the tech and that sort of stuff, and the crowdsourcing. And one of the things there is that people don't realise is tech is where things are moving. So there's so many new jobs being created from tech base. I mean, just today we had our IT guy in, and he's talking about how now our IT infrastructure is so simple. You walk up to any computer and you log in. And basically you don't need to own that computer. You don't need to store files on it. That sort of stuff, that's growing exponentially. App development, all this sort of stuff is growing. And London actually has the talent and the pool of people that are experienced to be able to do that. And very few other places have that ability to draw on massive amount of talent. So, we can sit there and talk about Brexit not being good and all these sort of things. And that is really the white noises, we talk about.
Absolutely, 100%. But long term, London, you can't go wrong. World city, best fundamentals, shops, the schools, the transport links, the employment, and certainly the investment that will never ever stop coming into a major city like London.
Awesome. Okay.
All right.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Cool. Okay, guys. So that's Ryan, and look, London, you really can't go wrong long term. Even with all the stories that are going on and the things you think might be happening and reasons why you might think to wait, most of it's just rubbish. And what you need to do is you need to very quickly you know, get your strategy, work your strategy, and you know, look, if you can afford London, get into it because it always astounds and surprises. And I'm sure that it will, you know, in very short order as well if you buy something there. All right, guys, have a great day. Live with passion.